Okay, so we've got a little bit more structure now to how to do this. I've got this table. We did it in rough up here, and we've got some numbers there, which I'll do as well now. I'm actually going to just copy that. I'll do it from scratch. So we identified the known substance as calcium because we know the mass of calcium, and we have to calculate the mass of oxygen. So that's how we calculated those two. So I'm going to put it over to here. So I guess probably what I would do is say that that's our first step. Okay. So let's do a little number circle there. That would be our first step to do. Calculate identify them. So what is the name of each one? The next thing to do would be to calculate the molar mass of both of them. All right. And I would say to put the units in grams per mole, just to remind you that that is just how much we've got if we had 1 mole. So we correctly calculated that using the periodic table, but we didn't do them in the order that I'm describing it now. Next we do what mass do we have, and that's of the known substance. We've got 10 gram, it says so in the question. So we write that there. Now it's saying that if we had 1 mole, it would be 40 grams, but we've got 10 grams, so that's going to be, well, it's a quarter of 40. So let's just also just say that's my third step. And now my fourth step is this one here. Let's put 3 there. So this is my fourth step. And it's 0.25. I'm avoiding using the formulae at the moment, but okay, let's move that over there. But we can probably work out what the formula would be. Essentially, if we can see clearly it's 0.25, so it's just going to be 10 over 40. It's going to be mass over molar mass. So the moles is going to be the mass over the molar mass. So now what we do, the fifth step is this bottom right one. And the reason why that's the fifth step is because what we're going to do now we've got the moles of the known substance is we're going to use the balanced equation to work it out. As it says here, then this is a 2-to-1 ratio. In other words, if I had 2 moles of calcium, I could react with 1 mole of oxygen. So if I had 20 moles of that, I could react it with 10 moles. If I had 1 mole of that, I could react it with half a mole. We've got quarter of a mole, so I can react it with 1/8 of a mole of we can react it with 1/8 of a mole of the target substance. And finally, we just work out this last square, which is what we're trying to eventually get to, and that is, if it's 32 grams is one. If each mole is 32 grams, and we've got only 1/8 of a mole, then we just multiply the amount of moles by the mass of each mole. 32 times 0.125, which is 4 grams. So let's do the same with the next one. We're going to use these numbers. So I'm going to just copy all these numbers. We're going to do the same thing. So the first thing we do is we identify what the molar mass is. Sorry, what the substances are. What's the known substance? What's the target substance? We then do the molar mass of both substances, and then we work out the mass that we just fill in what the mass is of the known substance. Calculate therefore how many moles of the known substance we have. Use the balanced equation which they've given us to work out the moles of the target substance, and then finally fill out this square to work out what the mass of that target substance would have to be. So I'll pause the video and we'll have a go at that one. So I'll include it in the same video. I don't actually going to change my mind. I'm going to stop the video so you've got a guide for this one, but then you've also got an introduction on how to do 3.